Humanitarian organization Gift of the Givers says the crisis facing migrants in South Africa should be resolved by the different parties soon. This comes after hundreds of foreign nationals who staged a 3-week-long sit-in at the UNHRC building in Cape Town clashed with police yesterday as police tried to disperse them. Let's get the very latest now. SABC reporter Vanessa Poonah joins us now live. Vanessa, a very good morning to you. What's the current situation on the ground this morning?
Yes, good morning to you. And we are standing outside the Central Methodist Mission Church here at Green Market Square, where a number of foreign nationals, refugees and asylum seekers who have been gathering outside the Waldorf building over the past couple of weeks have now sought shelter as well as sanctuary following the clashes that we have seen yesterday, whereby 100 people have been arrested. We understand that they have since been released. Speaking to some of those outside just now, there are quite a number of unsubstantiated claims that are making the rounds about some people telling us that there are still mothers who have not yet been reunited with their children, then others coming to tell us that they have indeed found all those children that were separated from their parents during yesterday's altercations here at the Waldorf Arcade. Just very briefly, I'd like to chat to one of the foreign nationals who has been struggling for quite a while. Good afternoon to you. Chinadu, you've been telling me those are your papers in your hand at the moment. In a nutshell, explain to us the challenges that you are facing when it comes to seeking asylum in South Africa.
Yes, when I came here to come and seek asylum here in the asylum paper, it's very, very difficult to get the papers. And I'm here for almost 18 years with my wife. I'm married here in South Africa, which I'm staying and I have 5 children with my wife. So it's very, very difficult for them to have papers or to go to schools. Because of me, I don't have a papers. So I'm having big challenges here in this very, very country here. And it's a very big problem to me. Yeah.
We understand that the call by the migrant community, the call by asylum seekers, by refugees, foreign nationals for the past couple of weeks have been to be moved outside of South Africa, and we understand the fears that you're talking about, the safety issues that you are talking about. We also know that by previous communication from, for example, the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees, that the process of relocating asylum seekers to a third country is not necessarily something that can happen very quickly. It's an arduous process. A challenge is a global one with regards to trying to find people or house them elsewhere. You're saying that you haven't had any interaction with that office, and what is it that you'd like to say to that office in terms of your living conditions? Are you, for example, prepared to return to your home country?
Yes, I'm prepared to return back to my home country, and I'm very, very proud to return back to my country, because I see here I'm not safe. Because this place here is like when someone wants to just take his life off. Because even the location we're living, we're not safe at all. Every time they call us name, a lot of things is happening. So I think that I'm not safe in this country. Even me and my family, we're not safe. So I think to relocate to another place is the best.
Chinadu, of course, they're speaking to us as quite a number of foreign nationals and refugees and asylum seekers are still being assisted at the Methodist Church behind me, of course, at Green Market Square. And one of the organizations, very briefly, that have been assisting is, of course, the Gift of the Givers. And I'm joined now by Ali Sableh. Ali, very warm good morning to you. You arrived here at the scene yesterday evening, and your humanitarian efforts are continuing. You were talking to us just now about the frustration levels of those that are crammed inside this church. What kind of help are you offering at this point in time, and what are the greatest needs?
Okay, today we're offering a full humanitarian aid, where the people inside will be giving a hot nutritionist meal for lunch and for supper. We will bring in some baby nappies, baby formula, sanitary towels, hygiene packs, water, and whatever other humanitarian aid they require. We'll be working with the Methodist Church to see how we can accommodate them as comfortably as possible. We see people frustrated inside. I just had a lady now inside coming to me for medication, Unfortunately, as we know, some of them couldn't go to the local clinics because their documents weren't in order. So we informed the Methodist Church now. They will be see if there's maybe they can speak to the health department if somebody can assist them as well.
Has there been any interaction between the Gift of the Givers and, for example, the local authorities or any authorities for that matter, besides the church behind us, which has now housed quite a number of those left displaced?
No, we haven't had any contact with any of the authorities yet. The Methodist Church is directly in contact with them, and we'll be working with them. They already told us this morning, it seems these people will be placed here for a month. As you know, they were sleeping 3 weeks before outside, and they see no progress in the negotiations at present.
I also see that a big truck, your truck has just arrived here. I suppose that's a truck carrying some of the aid that you were talking about just now.
That's correct. That's the emergency aid. As we know, they need a bottle of water inside. There's thousands of people here. The church only has a limited amount of water, so we brought water at the moment. Baby nappies requires the urgent, and of course meals for them to eat so long.
Thank you very much, Ali. Work there done by the Gift of the Givers in terms of the humanitarian aid given to the many hundreds of foreign nationals that have been left displaced. Of course, they would have been camping outside the offices of the United Nations Commissioner for Refugees for the past couple of weeks before we've seen a court order being enacted yesterday. I also have another gentleman, Chico is how he wants to be addressed. Chico, you have quite a number of concerns. You're also saying among those that were here yesterday, you're saying that you haven't received sufficient word from the authorities, be it the South African government, be it the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees, in a nutshell. And we understand that you want to leave South Africa. But there have also been talks about the challenges around moving people, for example, from this host country to another. Are you sufficiently satisfied that enough has been done? Who are you calling for to help?
You know, one thing I don't understand, you see, like, since this matter was happened, I never see any government of South Africa just to come to ask what is going on. Because yesterday the way they was treating people and the baby of 1 month and 2 months, when they was chasing the mother, the woman pregnant out. So I never seen the person in the news. I never see any government talk about it. I'm so disappointing. That is not, if you, South Africa, they don't want to welcome people in South Africa, they must talk to our government. If they don't like it, or they must pass in TV, they say like, South Africa is not belong for the foreigner. That is okay. Why are they killing people like animals? Look what they treated people yesterday. And that all video, people have it, but in news I never see it. And I'm so disappointing about it. When they're arresting people, they put people in the van and they spray inside and they close it. They want to kill people like animals. That is not serious. And until now, no government of South Africa, no one of them can come to ask what is going on and what is this. So as we look like stupid, because I can see in the news yesterday, they say like the foreigner, they are fighting for police. What do you mean by that? As we are stupid fighting for police? No, man, it's something is going on. Government, they need to talk about it. So when they put in TV like that, it means like us, human be like foreigner, we are fighting for police. For what? Why you must fight for police?
Thank you very much, Chico, for speaking to us. Of course, that the sentiment there from quite a number of people that are still gathering here at the Methodist Church behind me, seeking refuge. Many of them would have been arrested and released during yesterday's altercations, and also many of them would have spent the past few weeks camping out. Their call still to be relocated from South Africa due to what they say are safety concerns and the manner in which they are being treated by the host country.
Vanessa, has police reacted or responded to criticism leveled against them in terms of the way they handled the situation yesterday?
What I can tell you is that we are in the process, and other colleagues of ours are in the process of speaking or trying to speak to the police minister himself, because there have been quite a number of concerns raised as well as criticisms levelled against the manner in which police have enacted the court order, in the manner in which we've seen visuals of young babies being pulled away from their mothers. Some of the foreign nationals joining me here now have also also showed me cell phone footage that they've taken themselves from within police vehicles, people having been pepper sprayed while they are in a police van. And we've yesterday also seen the kind of action that have been accompanied by women, men being dragged along as they have been arrested. And of course, the question of alleged police heavy-handedness is exactly one which we will pose to the police minister when and if we managed to get hold of him a short while ago. But of course, a statement by police in the Western Cape yesterday having been released saying that they were assisting the sheriff in enacting that court order. And like you've said, the question is whether or not they may have been extreme in terms of how this court order was effected and the kind of treatment, of course, suffered or experienced by those that were being arrested.
All right, Vanessa Poonah, live for us in the Mother City.